Okay, what is up, guys? It's your boy DOVZI. So today we have a breakdown of my song Vibe God. I will be just going over like every element in the song, or the drums, the bass, the melodic stuff, and the effects and the vocals. So if you find any value in this, I'm glad you know. Um, so yeah, we'll start with the drums. Cool. Okay, so for the drums, we have a couple of groups here. I try to keep everything clean, and so you can see it better. But yeah, let's start with the kick. Okay, so we have a kick over here, which I just used the raw clip. I do not like export it to a single file like with the clap and the heads and whatever, because I usually change my mind on the kick, so it's easier for me to have it just like this up here. So I can just go in and change the kick if I want to from my samples over here. But yeah, so yeah, we just have a tech house kick. It was made by Zen World. If you want his specs, go check out Deceiver. Most of my drums come from Deceiver volume for tech house, and he also has some cool shit over there. But yeah, that's the kick. This is the kick. I will just play it so you can hear it. So this is the main kick, and then we have a top kick, which is underneath this one, because I thought that this one needed more like pop or click in it, so I just added this lower one. And for the processing, I have some saturation over here, the black box plugin, just a little bit, like maybe like it's like 20% over here, 20%, low saturation pentotride. It was more for just like to add some more fatness to the kick than saturation. Then we have kick tweak, which definitely adds some compression and saturation in it. I just use the preset and just see what sounds good. On the EQ, I lowered the highs from the original one because I replaced them with the top kick that I have here, and cut some 111 hertz. Doesn't have to be precise, just use your ears, and then we get a kick. This is what we get. To me, it sounds pretty crispy. That is how I like my drums. Pretty punchy, pretty punchy. That's what I like to have in tech house. Then we move on to the claps. I have a clap bus here in my channel rack, or whatever you call it. Basically, I just put all my claps into one channel so I can control them at once. For my claps, I usually just, I don't know, maybe use saturation and this shack, or like a transient shaper, which happens to be shack transient shaper over here, to just reduce the release, and the attack I usually don't touch. But yeah, I just reduce the release because I like to have my drums snappy, like shorter, which allows for more bounce, because if you have like some space in between your sounds, that empty space gives the bounce, or like makes the everything hit harder. So that's the clap. And the head we have right here. Pretty crispy, pretty crispy. We have suit, we have some saturation here, which I turned off right now because my PC is obviously too weak to handle all the plugins all together. Then my CPU starts dying, so that's why I have it off right now. But just to show you, that's the heads. The heads, like the same thing for the claps. I try to make them snappy. I usually use some EQ before I export them here. I have an EQ here where I cut off with like a soft cutoff somewhere around 275, whatever. It's like I want to leave some low mids. I don't want to cut off everything because I see a bunch of new guys just cutting off the whole thing, as a, like a steep filter, and then they cut off like everything that is low, which is not good because your track will sound weak or thin. Your track will sound thin if you do that. These are the main drums, that's what I get first, like the main groove, which is always the same. You can even have a template for this, just the clap, head, and a kick. That's it. So yeah, that's the main boots and cats, and then we go on to the loops. So in the loop section, I have like a couple of loops that I just pull in from the samples from the Seaver. I'm not picky, Before I used to like try to make my own shit and blah blah blah, but just keep it simple, So for the loops, in my loop bus, I have a kickstart, which is on like 40%, so like a side chain. So my kick goes through the loops, basically. The transient shaper, where I reduce the release on the whole loop bus, and the EQ, which cuts off the sub frequencies and a little bit of bass because I don't need it in the loops. And we also have a soothe over here, which tames the higher frequencies, basic shit. And on the loops itself, on the first one, I don't have much. Let's see, how does the first one sound? Okay, so we have like some shaky, crispy loop, whatever. I was trying to look for crispy stuff on this track. Then on the second one, it's like the basic groovy loop from the Seaver. And then we have a shaker loop, which I put very low in the mix because I don't know, I don't like shakers that much. I don't like them very audible, so I just put them in the background. It still adds like to the groove and everything. And for like the technical stuff, I won't be going into the technical stuff because there's a bunch of channels already going over like how to match the groove and everything. I will just be showing you how do I make this song myself. I'll just show you the things that I use, the processing that I use, and I will tell you how I get my low end to sound good every time. But yeah, so yeah, this is what the loops sound like. So that's the loop, and together with the basic beat, we have this. Okay, so next up, we're going to go over to the bass section, and this includes the kick and the bass. Okay, so for the basses, I usually use Serum, which is like also some patch from the Seaver probably. But yeah, that's like from the Seaver if you're wondering. I have my favorite folder over here. but the name of the bass is Strong. So yeah, if that helps. And you can see it's from Evil Sounds here. I will link the Evil Sounds website so you can go and check it out if you're looking to get these basses and leads and stuff and drums. It's pretty good. So yeah, for the bass, I was just using Serum. This is the Reese bass, which I called Riz bass, I guess, which comes in later in the song. But yeah, for the bass, okay. So this is the melody, the bass melody. It's just some basic stuff. I had a vocal first for this track, so I went like everything from the vocals, you know, listened to the vocals and then made a bass melody from it. But yeah, this is what the bass sounds like. Yeah, pretty simple. And we have a sidechain on it, of course. But yeah, okay. So yeah, this is the bass 1. Bass 2 is some kind of a pluck, I think. Okay, yeah. So that's the main pluck. It's not really a bass, but it's like I just put it here. I don't know why. Yeah. But yeah, that's the drop pluck in the second section of the drop. Which is like very high pitched, whatever, and it's also I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same patch from the bass that I'm using, you know, and I just put it up like to a higher octave and messed with some settings like to the left here. I have no idea what I'm doing to the left, but it sounds good, you know. I do know a little bit of sound design. But most of the time I just focus on the important stuff, making the music. But yeah, okay, so we have the bass and we have the little pluck thing. Okay, yeah, so the bass, let me just show you how I get my low end right. So for the processing on the bass itself, I have some saturation, I have some more saturation, compression, whatever it does, this distortion plugin, and I have an EQ, which I just pull some highs down because I don't need them to make the space for the heads and the claps and the higher frequencies in the drums. That's what I do here. Yeah, but this is a sidechain. Okay, so this is very important, you know. I have a sidechain on the bass bus, and the bass bus goes into the low end bus, where I use bass room and Gullfoss to make it sound good. But yeah, so I have a kick, or do I wait? I have a kick. Yeah, I have a kick over here, which is the low end, right? Kick and the bass together go into the low end bus, where I process them with bass room, and this usually makes it, you know, sound good. I didn't follow this literally, but it gives me a good like estimation of where should I put my bass and the frequencies, you know. This is basically like a EQ, and you can get this for like $35 maybe, I don't know, online. But yeah, that's what I use. And I also have a Ozone Pro imager for my stereo image of the bass. Tip with like keeping your low end mono is wrong. Fuck that. I like to make some of the frequencies above 100 hertz wider because it sounds nicer. But yeah, this is what the low end sounds like. It's not going to be the complete sound because I have some things turned off. I will try to turn them on and see if my CPU goes crazy. But yeah. Okay, yeah, so that's the full beat. And now we go on to vocals. And after that, I will just show you this. Oh, actually, I can do it right now. Okay, so let's go to the leads. We have a lead here, which this one is very quiet, I think. Yeah. For the leads in this song, I didn't have a lead bass or whatever. I just put this here to just fill up some space, but this one is also almost not audible in the whole song. Yeah, I just put this to have something, you know. I don't know if it's a fully correct decision, but it's whatever. I like the song, so it's whatever. So on the second drop, we have an introduction of this lead that goes like this. And I think that's the... Okay, there's the bass atmosphere, also from Evo Sounds, Deceiver. I don't know which volume, but it's from Deceiver. It's called Atmosphere, and we have like these settings over here that make it sound like this. Just mess around with it. But yeah, that's the sound. For the processing on the sound, we have an EQ to remove some of the sub frequencies, a little bit of bass. The thermal, which I turned off because it takes too much CPU, my PC is gonna crash. But yeah, on thermal I usually just use the width thing over here. Right now it's not showing, but yeah, it looks like this. I just use the width thing and I put it on half, like 50% wet. So it gives some width to the sound. Let's see. Not much change, but it does add something. Yeah, it makes it louder. Well, its perceived loudness becomes higher. And then we also have for the second lead, this is the same sound. Yeah, okay. That's for the leads. On the leads, I have this thermal. I have some reverb from the Fruity Convolver here, which is like in Fruity Loops. I have some compression over here, like very low compression. I don't even know, like I cannot explain you the compression fully, but I just do a little bit of it because I want to keep the dynamics of the track. I have a soothe to remove like the harsh frequencies, and a bit of EQ at the end to remove any lower frequencies that got introduced maybe with the convolver or thermal plugin or whatever, just to be sure. And yeah, that's for the lead. And this one that is almost not audible, I put it very wide. This is a free plugin, I think, Tel Chorus LX, which just makes the sound wider. Okay, and some EQ on it. I have Cymatics Origin on it also, which I just want a little bit of movement from this plugin. This is the movement knob and makes the sound move, you know, like the old cassette tape, whatever, before. And you can also add some saturation over here. But yeah, be careful with that so you don't burn the track too much. And yeah, that's for the lead. Then we have the vocals. I try to do it every time. I don't like using other people's vocals, and I like to have, you know, like my own style, whatever. But yeah, I will show you the processing on the vocals right now and how I did it. So the vocals, them like on their own, without any effects, sound like this.
with you, that is what I wanna do. Gotta shit, gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you, vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. I wanna vibe with you, that is what I wanna do.
Okay, so yeah, that's what it sounds without the effects. And now I'll show you the effects on the vocals. All right, so we have vocal bender, we have CLA vocals, we have a little micro shift, delay, reverb, then some saturation, gem dopamine, which is like it's basically like a saturation plugin, which makes the vocals pop out more, and it's kind of magical, you know. So if you can get it, go get it. But yeah, okay, let me just go through these and what they do. So we have vocal bender.
Gotta shit.
Okay, so what I first did.
Vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. Gotta shit,
Gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you.
Okay, so that's the first effect in the chain. And before I did like this processing, I also cleaned up the vocal. It depends on what microphone you're using. You just want to make the vocal clean and ready for like processing. So that means removing all the noise in between, and make it sound like EQ it a little bit, remove the unnecessary low frequencies and everything, and yeah, basically make the vocal clean. So the first one is vocal bender, which I have a automation clip which is controlling the format knob here, moving it up and down, whatever, in the song.
with you, that is what I wanna do. Gotta shit,
Gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you, vibe.
Okay, that's the first one. Then we have the second format, which like adds the higher frequencies.
vibe with you, that is
What I wanna do.
Gotta shit, gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you.
And I put that on like 10%, just so it's like a little bit there. Then on those two, I put some CLA vocals, which I use just for a little bit of delay, a little bit of like stereo over here, just a little, you know, some compression, treble, I don't know, whatever that means, you know, and some bass, which like boosts the lower frequencies of the vocal.
vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. Gotta shit,
Gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you.
Okay, then we have the little micro shift, which is from Sound Toys, and this one adds like a width to the vocals.
vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. Gotta shit,
Gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you, vibe
With you. That is what I wanna do.
I wanna
vibe.
I cannot really hear it in my headphones right now, but if you're on speakers, you should be able to hear like thing getting wider. Okay, so for the delay, we have Valhalla delay. We have a duct tape, which allows me to duck the frequencies, or not the like it allows me to duck the vocal when the original is playing, and the delay is ducking behind the vocal, so it's not audible. Yeah, just short delay, 4% feedback. Okay, so for the reverb, we have H reverb, just a normal reverb.
vibe with you,
It's like very low on the drive. There's just subtle things, you know. Then we have a saturation on everything,
vibe with you, that is what I wanna do.
on the whole vocal. Then we have gem dopamine, which makes the vocal louder.
vibe with you, that is what I wanna do.
gotta shit, gotta pull, I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you.
Yeah, that's what it does. Then we have soothe to remove some frequencies. I guess I saw some
vibe with
frequencies
you,
that I didn't
that
like
is
here.
what I wanna do. Gotta shit,
Gotta pull, I'm not here to lose.
It was probably some S's. So this is basically de-essing the vocal. And then we have some EQ right here to just clean it up a bit more.
Bob, with you.
So I cut off the sub frequencies and lower bass frequencies and lowered the bass and the low mids, just to have some more space for the bass, the low end, actual low end, and not from the vocal. Depends, what you want to do. But yeah, so there's the vocal bus. Yeah, those are just like some background effects that fill up the spaces in between the vocal silences. So let's just hear that.
Bob, with you. That is what I wanna do. Got a shit, got a pull. I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe with you. That is what I wanna do. Got a shit, got a pull. I came here to groove. I wanna vibe with you. Vibe with you. Vibe with you. Vibe with you. That is what I wanna do.
Okay, yeah, so those are the vocals. And for the last thing, we have the effects, risers and stuff. These are just riser from the deceiver volume. I don't know which one, but it's like from the deceiver packs. And from some other packs, we just have a couple of risers here, some cymbals and crashes. And yeah, if we just listen to that one, have a riser. This is the build up. Yeah, that's that. This one I actually made myself. Just a couple of like cymbals and a snare and some hits together, some percussion. It has a bit of groove in it because it's not on the grid. Try to keep your things off the grid if you want some groove and so it doesn't sound robotic. But yeah, that's basically the whole track right here. So we went over the vocals, the loops, the drums, the bass, and everything, the leads. And yeah, so this is what the final product sounds like all together.
Vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. Got a shit,
Got a pull, I came here to prove I wanna
vibe with you, that is what I wanna do. Got a shit, got a pull. I'm not here to lose. I wanna vibe
With you, that is what I wanna do. Got a shit, got a pull, I came here to groove.
I wanna vibe with you. Vibe with you. Vibe
With you, vibe with you, wanna vibe with you, vibe with you, vibe
with you. That is what I wanna do.
I wanna vibe with you. That is what I wanna do. Got a shit, got a pull.
And yeah, this is the whole mix. In the mix, the trick that I use to get the balanced mix, I just put my volume at like the lowest that I can, and I just listen if everything like sounds balanced. If everything, if something pops out, then I make it lower in volume. And yeah, that's pretty much it. On the master, I have Fruity Balance, which I lower at -6 dB, the whole mix. So first I balance the mix and then I lowered it 6 dB, so I have headroom for mastering. And I also have a patcher here, which has a mid-side EQ on it that I use to remove the sub-frequencies from the stereo, just to make it cleaner. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you in any way. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.